last game of the round was it wasn't necessarily. This is another game where didn't necessarily have high hopes like the Frio and Collingwood game, but this really was a really fun game to watch. And you had the Blues finally getting rid of some of the Blues. They get a big win here against the Crows. They pull themselves together. They get a solid win. And it was Adelaide, another one of these games where Adelaide, they start well, and then Carlton absolutely took the game over. They just grabbed it. To at least what some of my football coaches would say, you stomp on their throat and you twist it. That's exactly what this Blues team did. They kicked 8 goals during a 10-goal stretch in the second quarter. And while the Crows did make it close in the end, it's always going to be hard to overcome a 30-point deficit at any point of the game. And my biggest takeaway here is something I've been saying for a number of weeks now, is that the Crows, like when it comes to this offseason, I think their top priority should be getting a second goal scorer to go along with Taylor Walker, because they really only have a chance to win if Big Tex is on. And during their attempted comeback, you could see that who was the one kicking the big goals, and 9 times out of 10 it was Big Tex. They were obviously trying to do anything to get the ball in his hands so he can kick those goals for them. And he puts up 3 in this game. He still has a really good chance to win the Coleman too, so he's at 40 right now. After Harry Mackay kicked another 2 in this game, he's still the leader at 43. But Big Tex can't do everything for you guys. And that's the only signs of success I have, is when he kicks 3 or more.
This was one of those games. It was kind of a little bit of a trend breaker, because this was one of those that, for me, previous weeks, it's the reason that I tipped Adelaide in this game, because the Crows were good for some kind of severe meltdown in the backline and giving up 4, 5, 6 goals in a row. But they really kind of, I think, Lockie Jones and Wiedering and Adam Sod. My gosh, what a game by Adam Sod. I mean, he
Wasn't that guy
finally
just
played
everywhere? Every
up to
listening
what
to
I
the
think
game
everybody thought
broadcast,
he could be
right.
for.
Yeah, listening. I mean, sorry, I didn't interrupt you. I didn't mean to do that, but
Exactly.
I mean, listening to the game
No, no,
broadcast, half the names you heard was Adam Sod.
yeah, he was absolutely dynamic in this game. It was so hard not to see him. He was always involved. Cripps has a great game. Walsh has a great game. As you said, Harry Mackay, all their stars came to play. So this was the performance I think a lot of people have been expecting all year, that this team has the stars and the skills and the ability to be an absolute nightmare. And the Crows, just for some weird reason, they broke a lot of trends for Carlton. Carlton has the time where they give up several goals in a row. That didn't happen. Carlton always has had trouble with small, really active forwards, and they have McAdam and Rowe, who are both really good goal scorers. Combined, 1 goal. That's it. 1 goal combined between those two. And the previous 8 games, Carlton had given up at least 3 goals or more to a small forward in a game against them. So this really was a trend breaker for Carlton. But I think the biggest thing for me is this game is a tiny bit marred with the Zach Williams incident. That it's just a horrible, horrible look. I'm sorry, Zach Williams. Comp the 1 game fine. Be lucky, because if it were me, it probably should have been more,
mm,
personally.
mm.
We'll have to see. But that is a horrible, horrible look, and it kind of puts a bad taste on what I would say a nice win for the Carlton Blues after several weeks of just utterly not great defensive footy on behalf of the mighty Blues.
So maybe who knows, this win and this newfound offensive spark could help Carlton at least maybe attempt to finish on a high note this offseason, at least for those fans. I mean, finals are out of the picture, but maybe the fans can have a little something happy to leave a little bit of sweeter taste in the mouth as they end the season over these next 8 games.